The idea of annexing Canada as the 51st state of the USA is more fantasy than reality. Just think about the astronomical costs involved. Integrating a vast territory with its own government and economy would require not only administrative expenses but also compensation for Canada. Then there's the time frame. This isn't a quick fix. Negotiations, treaties, and constitutional amendments could take years, if not decades. In truth, the US and Canada are close allies, sharing strong economic and diplomatic ties. The notion of annexation? It's purely fictional, not something any credible political entity is pursuing. So while it might spark some interesting conversations, it's safe to say that Canada will remain just as it is, independent and thriving. The idea of annexing Canada, or any part of it, such as making it the 51st state of the USA, is highly speculative and not based in reality. Such a proposition would involve numerous legal, political, and diplomatic hurdles that make it extremely unlikely to happen. To address your questions directly, cost. The financial cost of annexing Canada would be astronomical. It would involve integrating a vast territory with its own governmental structures, economy, and population into the United States. The expenses would include not just administrative costs, but also potentially compensating Canada for such a radical change. Time frame. Annexation of any foreign territory requires a complex process involving negotiations, treaties, and likely amendments to the constitutions of both countries involved. This process would take years, if not decades, assuming it could even begin in the first place. In reality, the United States and Canada are close allies with strong economic and diplomatic ties. The idea of annexation is purely fictional and not something that is being pursued or realistically considered by any credible political entity. If you have further questions or need more information, feel free to ask. Brought to you by DKFON.com, free blog posts.